Welcome back to Chamber Connection. My first guest is Harry McCabe, the principal of Harry McCabe Advisors. Welcome, Harry. Thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure to be here, Katie. I'm looking forward to our chat.
Yes, me too. So tell us, Harry McCabe Advisors, this is a business that's equipped to deal with people, to deal with small businesses for succession planning. Explain what that is.
Sure.
And how your organization works.
Basically, the target market for me are private business owners. It's not the public sector. I don't do any work in the public sector. There's always a little confusion about succession planning. You know, in the public sector, it's about grooming your individual that's going to replace you. That is not my purpose in life. It's more ownership transference of these private businesses.
Right.
May it be a LLC, a corporation, partnership. It can be passed between key employees or passed to other partners or to the family members that might be in the structure of a family-owned business.
That's great. And that's something that I think is a real niche business, and it's something businesses might not think a lot about, right?
That's the challenge, because private business owners often work in their businesses. You've heard this term, instead of on their businesses. My mission is to get them up into the higher thinking, where my goal is to see if they can think like a board of directors. Entrepreneurs have a hard time doing that. If there are multiple owners, they should have some type of formal or informal board that can help direct the company. That's where, you know, my skills come into play, to help them think at that strategic level.
That's great. That's great. And talk about, you have a proprietary formula, if you will, that you've come up with called the McCabe Arch. Tell our viewers what that is.
Absolutely. There is everything I do is process driven. You know, we can't do planning without process. The 7 steps of succession is the McCabe Arch. Therefore, this model is simple in its design, and it is set up for one generation to another. The first generation, perhaps, where the founder is, to G2, the second generation. It can be used for future generations, but the model is G1 to G2.
Okay, all right. And I'm a mother of 3 boys, so I kind of, as I thought about this interview, I sort of thought of the soccer field, and I thought good players are thinking about where they need to be when they don't have the ball, and that's kind of maybe a little bit what this is about?
That's what it is. If you don't know where you're going, then any old airport will do.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
You can land that puppy anywhere you want, and okay, you've landed. But that's not the way I see an appropriate business owner. Even when you start a business and have your first business plan sketched out, you should have an idea of how you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
How you're going to exit it.
Right.
You know, the good ones do that.
Well, that's great that you're there to help people through that process. And you've even, you're so motivated by this that you've even written a book. It's called Pass It On, the Entrepreneur Succession Playbook. Tell us about this and what motivated you to actually write a book about the topic.
Well, the book covers 2 parts. So the first being my passion for the subject matter. I lived in a family-run business and took my division and passed that on to my youngest sibling, so that I've been went through the actual feelings of having a business passed to me and then pass it on. Okay. So I understand it from that nature. The family business was pension consulting.
Okay.
So I dealt with family-owned businesses or privately held businesses and their owners in thinking about how they're going to pass from active service in their business to retirement.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the 2 elements that are put into the book, and then I explain the McCabe Arch in detail throughout the different chapters.
That's great. And so the key motivator to even getting into this, it sounds like, came from having a family business? Is that really where this all began?
It began there, but it grew into a passion. In 1989, I began 1998, I began in earnest to help private business owners with their individual succession planning. That's grown, the book was written, and now my practice is solely focused on that. And we're happy to say that the baby boomers are coming through the pipe, and they need this type of service. Maybe they don't recognize it, but if we can get them to just begin a process, then we can see if their needs are being met or if they have the motivation to continue to at least design a plan. It may not be implemented for years to come, but if they have the ability to start their planning, we will help them through process to get to that next level.
Yeah, and I bet there's all sorts of things to think about, legal and family matters and who gets what, and this really is paying it forward.
Well, that's true, Katie. Here's the piece that, my firm is a small firm. We're a consultancy, and I'm the head guiding light of it, but I have assistants and I have outsourced individuals. But when I take on an assignment, yes, there will be legal, there will be tax issues, there will be the softer issues. So I bring in team members. And I also point out that the family piece, I'm a fellow in the Family Firm Institute, and since I've been able to go through their education processes, I've been able to get a grip on how important those emotional sides are.
They really are.
I felt them when I went through, but it's even more important. So often I bring in a psychologist on the planning team.
That's great.
So to help break down some of the walls that are built up between family members.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. So Harry McCabe Advisors, you're the principal. They can reach you how? Remind people of your website.
Well, the easiest way to reach me is going to the website. That's my brochure. I don't have a printed brochure, and there's a section to contact us. It ends up in an email format. Of course, they're always welcome to call me, and the phone number, I believe, is on the screen.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you so much. I'd like to thank Harry McCabe of Harry McCabe Advisors. We'll be right back with more Chamber Connection.